Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. People are saying that I can't make 147s. Watch this. So hey guys, welcome back down to the channel, and just like the great Willie Thorne of the 1980s, we're going to be chasing at all times the 147. But as always, if I don't make that 147, we'll play the frame out, see what would have happened normally. Quite enjoying this break, because this is the break off that I do in my exhibition shows. In the cushion from behind, open all the reds out, and in fairness, that is what happens in most of my shows. How good a break off's that? Why aren't I doing that in tournament play? That's something to think about, isn't it? How good is that break off? Yeah, I might have to think about that. Anyway, certainly gives me a much better chance of showing you just how difficult and exciting a 147 attempt can be, because I'm now only going to pot a red if I feel that I can get to the black. Hopefully we can have a run at the 147. If I miss, I will play the frame out. We'll see what would have happened and we'll go from there. But you know what? That's such a good shot. I haven't really got anything to do here but play a safety shot. Play a safety shot, move this red off the cushion. Try and thread the cue ball between the baulk colours. Tell you what, that's quite a good safety shot. I'm happy with that. I might have stuck the red over the corner pocket. No, I haven't. Tell you what, I'm in trouble here. Goodness me, I thought the whole point of breaking off like that was to give myself a chance at potting balls and showing you all how to make the 147. As it is, I've put myself in a world of trouble. This is meant to be the off-season for me. Here I am in pain. Right, let's drop this red in off the cushion. Nothing to do. There actually isn't a safety shot here. I can't play the dump shot off the red because the red by the corner. There's no shot to play here, but try to pop myself out of trouble. This red is absolutely bone straight. Got to try and drop it in for the black. You'd think if you pot it, you will be on the black. But if you miss it, you're leaving the world for your opponent. Oh, goodness me. How close was that? I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. How good a shot was that? Remember that, guys. Not all good shots go in. How good was that? Oh, well, I'm going to switch hands for this one. I don't play many left-handed shots, but I do fancy this. And we're off. Now, what can we do here? Good little opportunity here. It's a natural angle on the black, just to play the cannon into the gap here. I think if I cannon one of these two reds, they're just going to move. I'm probably going to be on this red or that one next. Let's see how we go. Just got to remember to pot the black in these situations. Got the cannon nicely. And we're off and running. Have a quick look to see what would happen if I pop one of those reds. I think it makes the one next to it available. They all go in that pocket as well. And immediately, I can see these two reds here are going to be the problem. Good chance this, you know. I'd clear your diary for the next 10 minutes if I were you guys, because this could be exciting. I know those reds go to this corner pocket, so I'm just going to play the cue ball with a touch of left-hand side. On and off the cushion. Over there for a choice of reds. Didn't really play for a specific red. This is a really good chance for that elusive, magical 147. On and off the cushion for the black again. It's not absolutely perfect, but that red does pass those two. So as long as I'm off this cushion and at least there, then I can pop this red and get to the black. Of course, I've got the reds in the middle of the table waiting for me, should it go wrong. Which it hasn't, that's okay. Nicely on a choice of reds now. I haven't checked to see if these two reds are a plant to the corner pocket, which they are. And now you have to just weigh up the decision between taking this easy red, or perhaps taking one that's further up the table, which might prove problematic later on, and that's exactly what I'm going to do here. I'm going to choose to ignore the easy red, play this one. Now this is easy as well, but because it's furthest from the black, and I had that opportunity to play it, now I'm going to take it. Okay, now I'm going to pop the black and play for the two reds that are a plant, but into the opposite corner, choice of reds. Again, that's good, nicely controlled. And if this red wasn't here, just hindering my bridge, I'd now play this red into the middle. Again, you know, these reds aren't difficult, but they're further up the table than these. That makes getting to them just that little bit more difficult. I'm not saying I can't do it, but just because it's further up the table, if you do find yourself with a chance to play them, get them out of the way. Anyway, I'm not going to play that shot. I'm going to just drop through for the black. And now I might even just play gently up and over the pink spot and try and cannon that red that I just considered playing a moment ago. That would leave me position on two reds. Yeah, just a gentle cannon. That just held the cue ball in place. Now in an ideal world I'd love to play that red, but it's just a little bit too far up the table. So we'll just drop this red in for the black. And I'm just becoming aware that I'm not running out of easy reds at all. But sooner rather than later, I'd love to find a way of getting in to disturb these. You know, that red into that middle does pot, but you can't really pot that and get to the black. It's too acute an angle into there. So those reds are going to have to be moved at some stage. And when would you do it? You know, when is the right time to play that shot? I haven't really got that shot on now. And I could play for this red now, but I'd like to leave that if possible. When I do come to play these reds, or move those reds I should say, it'd be great to have that red by the pocket as that reserve ball. You know, when I eventually do finish on the black in a way to try and play the cannon, wouldn't it be great to have that red waiting for you as a bit of a reserve? So I'm going to leave that there for the time being. I'm going to pop the black and bring the cue ball up to this position for this red next, but knowing that I've got those two to the middle should it go wrong. Don't need any side spin for this shot, just a nice stun on and off the cushion. Was always going to be on one of three reds there. And this is now getting into that exciting maximum chasing position. I'm just considering playing this red to the middle. As I've said a couple of times, you know, it's one of the reds that's furthest from the black. It's just I've got to punch it to get the cue ball from here past this red down here. I've just got to hit this red maybe a touch harder than I want to. So I think for the sake of it, I'm just going to play this red. Just a little stun run through. Try not to finish straight. Yeah, that's okay. As long as you don't finish straight, that's fine. Now, keep thinking, keep sharp, keep aware of what reds pot into which pockets. You're always looking to play for options, never really playing for a single red. Always try and play for options. Now, these two reds don't go into that corner. I can play for that red, knowing I'll be on that one next, but these don't go in there. So if I did accidentally overrun it, I'm on nothing. So that's a bit risky. Yeah, I've just finished a little bit twixt in between here. I'm going to play this with a smidge of right hand side off the cushion and glide the cue ball up here past this red for that red into the corner pocket. A little bit of right hand side, just a touch, just to widen the angle of the cue ball, making sure that I'm higher up the table than the red so I can pop the red and get back for the black. Nice little stun shot again, just hopefully not finishing straight on that black. That always gives you the option of where to put the cue ball. And again, just thinking about chasing the 147, obviously potting the black and playing for this red into the middle pocket is the obvious shot. But if I don't finish higher up the table so that I can pot the red and get back for the black, the 147 dream's over. Now I am going to play for that red, but I'm going to play for it in this corner pocket. So I've got to get the cue ball up here. As long as I'm past the red, I'm on this red to the middle, but I'm playing for this one into this corner pocket. And this is all about options. This is all about not necessarily playing the most obvious shot. Yeah, I can play for this red, but getting on it in a way to get back for the black isn't actually as easy as it looks. So a bit like the previous black, I'm playing this with a touch of sight, left-hand side this time, on and off the cushion, and just to glide up past that red, hopefully for the red, into the opposite corner pocket. Just a smidge of left-hand side. Takes the cue ball up there, and as I say, as long as I go past that red, I'm on it into the corner pocket. Now I've overhit that a touch, but I was still on the red to the middle. And now things are starting to get actually exciting. Again, pot this red, stun down for the black. As long as we're not straight, we're okay. It's a bit straighter than I would have liked. And that's forced my hand now. I can only now play for one red, and that's that red to the middle. I really would have liked to have left that. I should have made sure I left the cue ball here, so I had more angle, could have done more with it. I can't get here now. The best I can do is over here. And I can see that to get on this red, to get to the black, I've got to be past the line that I'm leaving with my cue. Don't worry about I nudged the red. Nobody saw it. But I've still got to get past the line of the cue. I wasn't trying to nudge that red into a better position. That was a total accident. Bring that cue ball round the table. Flirted with the pink, but I think we're still okay. And again, all I want to make sure here is that I drop the red in and leave a nice little angle on the black. Don't want to be straight. That looks okay. And from there, I can choose which red I want to play on. Still got the problem of the two reds by the side cushion. The break here has moved on to 73. So if you're in a match play scenario, you're now across the line. You weren't across the line before potting that red. So the potting of that red has pretty much won me the frame. I'm going to play to pot the black, and I'm almost going to play to cannon this red. That means if I'm short of it, I'm on the red to the corner with the rest. If I hit it, I'm on the red to the corner with the rest. And if I go past it, I've got a choice of two, and possibly that red itself into this corner pocket. Don't mind if it hits it or goes past it, and it's gone past it. Remember, those two reds by the side cushion, they're no good to me where they are. I'm going to have to move them, and I will actually try and move them with the cue ball, not the tip of my cue by accident this time. I'm just trying to work out now whether it's better playing that red. And I think it is. I think it's actually better to play this red in this scenario, and I'll tell you why. If I pop this red into that corner, imagine that red's gone. I've then got these two here and these two here together. You know, that doesn't fit well with me. I think if I take this red out and leave myself an option to play for this red in moving one of these two, that's got a better ring to it for me. Once you leave these reds up in the table, they're sort of isolated on their own. Now, let's see if I can stretch over here and play this red. I can just reach over, in behind the black in the same pocket. That's nicely done. Oh, that's a nice angle now where I can maybe think about trying to play a cannon. Yeah, I can. And this is where the benefit of leaving that red nearer to those other reds and leaving that red by the pocket earlier on in the frame, those decisions now come back to benefit me, because I can pop the black, I can play the cannon into the cushion, naturally come off the cushion and move this red. That red in turn might move that red, I'll definitely be on this one, and I might be on that one. I could be on all 4 reds here after this shot. Just got to get the target right. Not playing to hit the red, of course. My target is the cushion. As long as I hit the cushion, somewhere around there, I should move that red. Don't overhit this one. And didn't I say I could bring them all into play? That's worked out really, really well. Break moves on to 88. And from being tied up, those 2 reds are now both in action. Now, this red looks dead easy on the screen, but I just need to make sure of it. Give this every ounce of concentration. Break moves on to 89. The crowd would be getting excited at this point. Again, looking at this angle. To be able to play this red to the middle and get down for the black, the cue ball has to be this side of this line that I'm creating with my cue. So I'm going to play this with right-hand side, top spin right-hand side, so that the right-hand side will widen the angle off that cushion. If I just played it plain ball, the cue ball goes cushion, cushion, and into here. And as you can see, that's no good for that red. The right-hand side widens the angle off this cushion to there, but stays on the cue ball and widens it again up here. Watch the spots on the cue ball, you'll see them spin. Now the great thing is here is that if I overhit it slightly, I've got this red waiting for me. So, after all the said and done, top spin, right hand side. And you can see that cue ball, its angle was widened up the table and it's finished absolutely perfectly on the red to the middle pocket. Okay, now I've got choices. That red that's closest to the side cushion has now become the hardest red on the table. Don't need to play that red with the rest, although I'm probably going to play it with the rest next shot. So here's the decision. I'm on it now, and I'm on it about as good as I can possibly get on it. Should I play it now? What's the benefit to leaving it? That red over the middle pocket will always be there. I think I'm going to play this red now. If we find the right end of the rest to use. This is all about trying to make the break as easy as possible. Because of that other red by the side cushion, getting on this red that I'm going to play, getting on this red later with this red still here, becomes quite awkward, becomes quite complex. So I'm on it now. Let's move it now. Pop the red, stun across for the black in the same pocket. Keep that elbow up. Short backswing, short follow through. And that's nicely played. We're closing in on that magical 147. I'm just checking the angle where I want to be on the next red. Remember, to get on the black off the next red, I've got to be at least top side of that line. If I finish down here, it's no good. So, pop the black for the sentry, up the table for the red. Must be high. Must be high. Oh, and it is just. So that takes the break to 104. And we're closing in now rapidly on the 147. What I must do here is make sure that when I pop this red, I leave a nice angle on the black to get to that awkward last red. And that's okay. That's 105. Oh, is anyone getting excited? Now, where do you play for this red? This red pots to both corners, the middle pocket. It's too acute to play into this pocket. It pots to the yellow pocket. This is all about decisions now. I don't like playing for it here because that's a bit too accurate. I've only got that much space to get the cue ball in that'll be perfect. If I play past it for this corner, that's a bit more, you know, I've got a bit more space to work with, but if I finish here, that's a bit awkward. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that out of the equation. I'm going to play here. That's where I'm going to try and finish. Past the red so I can play it into the corner pocket. If I underhit it, I might have it to the same corner as the black. Bit of left-hand side and a stun shot off 2 for the red. Get past it. And that's about perfect. That's where I wanted it. It'd be perfect if I can reach it stretching over the table, which is going to be difficult. Can I get to it? That's 112. Oh, I can get to it now. Okay. So this is it. This is the last type of shot that can go wrong. Just drop this red in for the black. The only thing I mustn't do here, other than miss the red, is finish down here straight on the black. As long as I finish nicely in here, I've got the angle to pop the black and get up for the yellow. This would be the first 147 on the channel. Come on, Sean. Just drop the red in. Keep that angle on the black. Oh, it's not the best angle on the black I've ever seen, I've got to be honest. It's not the best. I could have done with a bit more. Oh, I've just had a flashback to the Masters where I finished in behind the blue. Why has that thought come into my mind just now? To stay away from the blue, I'm going to pop the black and punch it off the back cushion and off this side cushion. I haven't really got the angle for this shot, if I'm honest. I'm really going to have to make this. I'm going to have to give it some. Off the 2 cushions, just a touch of left. Go on, spin. Get up. Well, it's not perfect, but we are on the yellow. And now it's just the 6 colours for the magical 147. On and off the cushion for the green. That takes the break to 122. Now, green to brown. Nice angle on the brown. That's about perfect. And now I've just got to take into consideration that the pink is super close to the blue. So ordinarily, with the pink on its spot, I'd be playing for anything above high or above the straight line on the blue, so they could just drop the blue in nicely for the pink. But if I leave the cue ball too high now on the blue, I'll be running into the pink. So I'm actually going to play to be straight on the blue. If I can be straight, I can just drop the blue in for here on the pink, perfectly up and down the table. So this is the only time you ever play the brown here, trying to finish straight on the blue. And I think that's perfect. That takes the break to 129. We just drop the blue in, perfectly on the pink. For 134. The only question here now, guys, is whether we use a cushion or not. We will do. Left-hand side on the cue ball, just to check it up. Watch the cue ball spin off that cushion perfectly in behind the black. And here it is, guys. The first 147 on the channel so far. Don't miss it, Sean, whatever you do. And there we are. I'm even going to give it the fist pump for you guys. I'm even just in my own snooker room, and I'm absolutely delighted to have made the 147. That's how magical it is. That's how exciting it is. Guys, if you've enjoyed it, if you enjoyed that video, and why the hell wouldn't you? Make sure to smash that like button, get subscribed if you're not already, and I'll see you next time. Get in there!